Tales, the Gold Coast trip, mate. How was that? And I suppose a nice sort of preparation going to the prelim final.
Yeah, it was nice to get away for a couple of days. To be honest, it's a long 2 weeks when you're playing this week, and we thought it was a really good idea to get up there and get some sun and obviously have a good workout up there. So it was really nice to get away and do your own thing for a couple of days, and yeah, we're back now, so we'll crack in.
Has it been a bit strange sort of hearing in the media that some people have saying it might work against you guys, or it might be, they've sort of criticised the club for going up in this period, and if you obviously it doesn't go your way in the prelim final, it might look bad. Has that been a bit sort of bizarre, do you think?
Yeah, I think you're clutching at straws there. I think what happens next weekend will not, the camp's not going to affect that. We got a week and a half to train, so we were well aware that was probably going to happen when we went up there, but we're not worried about what other people are saying. We know what works for us, and we've trained hard all year, so we've got a week and a half to crack in and really prepare ourselves, and we'll let the talk be the talk.
Is that just sort of lessons learned from last year when obviously both winners of the qualifying finals bowed out? Like, was that like the PPT staff went, right, we need to try something different here?
Oh, I think that would have been in their thinking, but I don't know why they come up with the idea, but we were just glad we got to go away, I suppose, as players, and we spoke about it as a leadership group and thought it was a really good idea just to get out of Adelaide for a few days and be together as a group. And it was a good reward for the Samford guys as well. They've trained well all year and played well and been a huge part of our group, and to get away with them, which we don't often do, was a real reward for them as well. So and it was the end of their year on the weekend, so we thought it was a great idea to get up there as a group and really enjoy the time together.
Scrutiny will be on the last couple of teams involved, Tales, obviously, as you get towards the big dance. How important then, on the same message that Lee just asked about, to continue to do you regardless of the talk?
Yeah, I think we've set a standard in the way we've trained all year, and we've done a lot of match play and done a lot of competitive work at training, and we're going to need to do that in the next 2 weeks to keep ourselves rolling, because we know we've got two great sides in Geelong and Sydney who are going to bring the heat next Friday night. So we're not worried about what happened last year. We've just got to keep training hard and focus on what we've done all year, and that's got us results. So we're really looking forward to cracking into one of those two teams, as I said, next Friday night.
And mentally, is it tough to stay the course? I mean, it's uncharted territory given the last couple of years for Adelaide, so to be able to mentally say, right, we'll just stick to what works for us, is that going to be difficult given the increased scrutiny?
I suppose it's something that the playing group's got to kind of deal with. At finals time, there's always going to be scrutiny on every team, and we've got a really big session coming up Saturday where we're going to do a bit of match play and keep it as normal as possible and treat it almost like a game. So for us, we can just focus on that and not worry about what's going on the weekend, other than watching the game Friday night. We'll take an interest in that, but it's part of finals footy scrutiny, and we'll just keep training hard, and we're in a really good position mentally and physically to have a crack at getting into granny, and that's what we'll focus on.
Charles, no Brody Smith, but in your back six, who do you think will probably come in for him?
Yeah, he's a huge loss for us, Smithers, and really feel for him, because it's a tough one playing, for 3 or 4 years now and being a part of this group where we've built and to get to the point where we might have a crack at it and miss out is shattering for him. But he's been really positive, and in terms of replacing him, I think we've got a couple of options. We've got some guys on a wing who have played through halfback in Paul Seedsman and Dave McKay, and we can probably roll them back through there. And Richard Douglas has done a bit as well. And if we want to bring in another backman, we've got plenty of options. We've got Otto, we've got Kyle Cheney, Tommy Duday, all these guys, Alex Keith, who are in the sample. So there's 4 options there. So the coaches will play it by ear, but I think we'll probably at this stage roll one back through, from a wing and then replace it that way.
So this week you're kind of treating it like a normal week. You're sort of having a practice match on a Saturday, and make out like it's a normal week.
Yeah, well, we've been lucky that we've recovered really well. Got away to the Gold Coast, and that was those 2 days spent up there were pretty much recovering. So we put in a lot of massage, physio, all that up there, and we were kind of refreshed and had a really good session Tuesday. Have another one today, and then a huge session Saturday. So there's 3 sessions in a week. So we're still training really hard. We haven't been just up there getting some sun. So it's been really good, and we're going to be really prepared, as I said, next Friday night.
And Charles, what about the bye? I mean, obviously there was around 22 bye, and then you had the week off. Do you like the pre-final spike? Because I think it'll mean you probably only personally had one game in 5 weeks. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, it's a bit weird saying that, one game in 5 weeks. It's a bit crazy thinking about it, but as I said, we've been training, you know, Tex and I and even Sloaney now have kind of missed that game in between, and we've all been doing, you know, 2 or 3 main sessions a week. So it doesn't feel like we've missed that much footy because we've been training so hard. But yeah, I'd probably like to see it scrapped, to be honest. I think, you know, it holds a bit of momentum, but that's up to the AFL. I'm going to have no, my opinion's not going to change that. And yeah, I just think that, you know, that team that wins the first week, you've got 2 buys in 3 weeks. I'm not a huge fan of it, but yeah, that's for the AFL to decide.
What does that do for a player if you don't play consistently, if you do have an extended break?
Yeah, well, you've got to treat it the right way. I think, as I said, if you train with the right intensity and the right purpose and compete with the right guys at training, you know, we've got some great forwards that you can compete with. It doesn't feel like you've missed much footy, but if you're not training and not getting that continuity in playing, you can definitely halt your momentum and the way you play your footy. So if you treat it the right way, it's not a big issue. But you know, if you weren't training or weren't getting that you know, match practice in, I think it would affect you. So.
Well, good guys. Tell us that. Sorry, just before I let you go, that training session Saturday, is that effectively, you said, a bit of match sim sort of stuff? Will that be a bit of a not a showdown, but obviously for the guys who might be sort of on the fringes, a chance for them to press their claims?
Yeah, and we've done that all year. As I said, you know, we've incorporated some match sim in our training all year, and I think that's been one of the reasons why we've been able to keep that really intense level up all year. You know, it's just become part of the norm now. So, yeah, the guys that are on the fringe have been doing that all year. You know, they're the ones that probably really stand out and then really crack in at training. So, it's a real balance between, you know, really going hard at training and then pulling back and you know, at a certain contest and not getting injured as well. So we've found that balance and we've done it all year. So we feel like we're pretty confident going into this week.
And with Paul Seedsman, like obviously it'd be a fantastic story if obviously he holds a spot for the prelim, having, you know, missed most of the season and come in late and done a really great job so far.
Yeah, and it's probably looking that way. You know, with Brody out, it would probably just be a straight swap for Sloaney, I'd say. But as I said, that's up to the coaches. But yeah, no, he's an AFL player. He's been, you know, ready. He's just had a lot of injuries throughout the year. So, you know, last year he played a lot of games for us and is really experienced and can break those lines. So he's a really good player for us. And yeah, he's going to add something to our team, you know, the next couple of weeks.
Last one, guys. Your captain and board member were talking about practical jokes this morning on radio. Any been up this week from the captain, or and have you been subject to any of them?
No, mate. You know, Tex is always playing a few pranks, and that's the way he is, and that's why we love him. You know, he's so serious on game day, but can have a laugh with all the boys and gets along with us all so well. So I'll leave that to the big-eared bloke in Tex.